So the little pests choose to intervene from the sidelines. They just won't rest until I've been pushed to the very limits of my patience. You meddling brats! I hope you all enjoy suffering the same fate as this planet!
We do not care.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to.
We do not care.
Yeah, you should make a big production reviewing these Jurassic Park movies, but on their 7th film, of which only one of them is good?
What the fuck?
If they're not gonna care, I'm not gonna care.
That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Jurassic Park has gone from one of the most impressive blockbusters of all time to one of the most successful non-event movies. I know what you're thinking, how can something be a non-event if it's successful? Dinosaurs. They figured out any garbage can be thrown at us, but as long as there's dinosaurs, there's an audience. They'll pay the money for the tickets, say, ooh, just like the toys I used to have, and never talk about them again. This is the 3rd new cast they're trying out in this franchise, and honestly, it's not worth the budget getting Scarlett Johansson or Chris Pratt, because our stupid lizard brains will see these no matter what.
You ruthless, heartless bastard!
Now, I'm not saying that as a joke anymore. We accept these insulting scripts so many times, I really do think we're just reptiles watching reptiles.
I will make you suffer!
I wouldn't mind so much if these movies were fun, but aside from maybe 1 or 2 neat moments every film has, they go out of their way to focus on things we've either seen a million times, or hint could be cool, and then abandon it for something lame that nobody asked for. I'm so sick of these movies repeating the same issues neither studios nor audiences want to learn from, so let's just get it over with. This is Jurassic something, interchangeable subtitle. The film opens with yet another island. You know, Nublar looked pretty big. Couldn't they just save their money and do all their stuff there?
Spared no expense.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah! In your fucking face, fuckwad!
Where the most advanced technology is handled by the dippest of shits.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't see the labs, but I assume we up the soporifics?
Alright, movie, I'll bite. What creatively stupid ways that can result in a dinosaur eating someone. Great security! If somebody spit pop rocks into a Coke, will the whole island explode?
That's chaos theory.
Candyman gets eaten up by Jurassic Rancor. Honestly, it's so dramatically slow, she probably could have just opened up the door to let him out.
Well, you're half right.
Then we cut to 17 years later. Where climate and disease has taken its toll and people have become bored of dinosaurs. Okay, people go crazy if you see a horse on a road trip. 30 years of these giant miracles and people are saying ho-hum. You literally put out a shitty movie about them every few years and it makes like $1 billion. It's like writing your 7th best-selling book about how people are bored with reading. Your mere existence proves it wrong.
While year-over-year revenue continues to climb, operating costs are higher than ever. Our shareholders have been patient, but let's be honest, no one's impressed by a dinosaur anymore. 20 years ago, de-extinction was right up there with magic. These days, kids look at a stegosaurus like an elephant from the city zoo. That doesn't mean asset development is falling behind. Our DNA excavators discover new species every year, but consumers want them bigger, louder, more teeth. The good news? Our advances in gene splicing have opened up a whole new frontier. We've learned more from genetics in the past decade than a century of digging up bones.
He says the blood of a few living dinosaurs could lead to a cure for heart disease. The last one was about locusts, so sure.
Of course! Don't you know anything about science?
The 3 dinosaurs they need, Titanosaurus, Mosasaurus, lives in the ocean and in the sky, Quetzalcoatlus.
Wonderful, you have side quests for the video game lined up. Now how about writing a movie?
Just like how you don't know how movies are made, yet you see yourself qualified to judge them.
Yeah, before I cut David Koepp some slack, but the more I think about it, he's had only one great script, a few okay scripts. Yeah, I love Jurassic Park, but that's mainly the director, actors, and effects. And the rest are pretty awful. When you're one of Hollywood's most sought-after writers and your idea of natural dialogue is...
I hunch.
I'm gonna question your talent.
These movies are wanker. The people who made it are wankers, and everybody who liked it is a wanker. Don't forget to wank the sub button and wank the bell and wank my Patreon to release my new series called Movies You Can Wank to Your Bloody Wankers. This was the Wanker Critic, and I wank it so you don't wank to it. Yo wankers.
Here's that music. Please think.
No! For the good love of no!
I'll give the film credit where it's due. The performances are good. Johansson and Ali especially have good chemistry, as you truly do feel they've known each other for years and both have that 1,000-mile stare that, means they've seen some shit. I also give credit that director Gareth Edwards has his faults, but he knows how to shoot something like you're really there. And this first encounter, getting the dino blood at sea, is pretty fun. But Loomis remembers, hey, these sequels don't really have much to do about dinosaurs anymore, so why not make it about healthcare?
Big promises, but all talk. What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings. You've got no principles. Just like all the rest. If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
Took a vow in summertime. Now we find ourselves in late.
Who the hell are you people? Oh right, we have our stupid Jurassic quota all these sequels need to meet, so here's a random family out of nowhere injecting themselves a half hour into the film. There's Xavier, the lazy boyfriend who never helps out. Teresa, the daughter who loves him. Isabella, the cute little nothing just meant to be a cute little nothing. And Ruben, the father who is a really hard worker. Yeah, he's the only one I like.
Ruben is a divorced girl dad who's struggled to make peace with his eldest daughter, Teresa's coming of age, a struggle personified by Xavier, her slacker boyfriend who adopts an aloof, emotionally detached affect in an attempt to mask his deep-seated insecurity, but ultimately shows his hand when he dives into dinosaur-infested waters to save Teresa without a second thought. Again, you could argue I'm being thankful for scraps, but I don't think that's the case because it's really all I need from what are ultimately supporting characters. It's enough to endear me to them, invest me in their journeys, and make the fact that their actions are ultimately what is propelling the story feel organic.
When a shit gets knocked over by a dinosaur.
The Mosasaurus was not a dinosaur either! Just because it was not a dinosaur, a had "saur" in the name, that doesn't make them dinosaurs!
The mosasaur was a marine reptile. Really, that's it. A reptile, but not a dinosaur. I guess that's how Lin Carr felt when he was reading Marvel and its stupid insult of a science.
You make science cry!
They send an SOS to Team Entree.
Declare new course. We're search and rescue now. It's my charter.
Gee, can you guess what the next line is? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It's my boat! Let me know if you need any. He's behind me, isn't he?
It's my party. It's my charter. Yeah, it's your charter. It's your party. It's my vessel. You're on board my vessel, mate, master, pilot, and I'm captain.
When Teresa tries to call for help, Martin stops her and doesn't save her when she's conveniently tossed over.
Teresa!
She's got my M&Ms!
Is this all just a game to you?
They discovered the island was a testing ground for genetically altered dinosaurs to enhance tourism. But don't worry, in keeping with these sequels' MO, only one thing will be cool about this, and everything else will be generically boring. You can't just tease a two-headed dinosaur and not have me get mad when I don't get a two-headed dinosaur.
I'm too smart to die. You know, intelligence is massively overrated as an adaptive trait.
Well then, by God, this must be the best survival film ever made. Look, it's obvious you're trying to make another Ian Malcolm speech, which, honestly, if you break down certain arguments, they don't really work. Are we not a part of nature? And I don't have knowledge how to build a phone, but I still use a phone. Regardless, some parts do have a point, but this sounds less like that and more like the crybabies from Fallen Kingdom. Actually, maybe it is more like Ian Malcolm. They both seem to think nature is Gaia from Captain Planet.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
The only appearance of the raptors, a common threat in these movies, is them getting taken out by a pterodactyl while Xavier is taking a piss. I guess I should be mad, but it's such a troll move, I kind of respect it. Troops encounter the next dinosaurs they need a sample from, and you realize the only reason they need a sample from them is so they can play the doo-doo-doo music. But not only have we seen this moment literally 7 times, so the magic is gone, but these effects look pretty lame.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Because Ruben hurt his leg, Teresa goes to get a raft, but
Shh! The motherfucking T-Rex is there.
no! Whereas before just a footstep would make the ground shake, now the T-Rex is Batman, disappearing without a sound. And I don't know what it is, but something about water sequences really works in this movie. I'm not a fan of underwater levels, but this has some real suspense, reminding me a bit of the raft scene from the original book. It's the only moment where I actually kind of care for the family.
Then there's the river raft sequence. Most everyone knows that this is a set piece lifted directly from Crichton's original novel, in that it was cut from the original Jurassic Park, and they even tried to work it into the Lost World before being like, it's just not gonna work. Reincorporating old ideas in this way is such a hallmark of the way Spielberg approaches sequels. I mean, just look at the development of literally every Indiana Jones film after Raiders. And so it honestly wouldn't surprise me if circling back to these concepts was his main impetus for bringing Kep back in the first place. By far, the biggest standout among the film's many set pieces is the river raft chase. More a suspense sequence than pure action spectacle, I've waited to see this moment rendered in live action for decades now, and Jesus Christ, it doesn't disappoint. The outdoors have never felt so claustrophobic as the T-Rex bears down the hopelessly ill-equipped Delgado family, while Alexander Despla's uncannily Williams-esque score relentlessly ramps up the tension. It's unambiguously the best set piece in a Jurassic film since the birdcage in Jurassic Park 3. And you know what? I'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
They of course get away as back with the troops, they try to get the final sample from a pterodactyl egg.
The term pterodactyl is as outdated as calling a black man the N-word.
What's up, my niggas?
What is this place? Some kind of ancient temple?
She asking the audience or the writer? Because either way, it's never explained.
Hey! Oh my god, you made it!
The sun starts to go down and they make it to the landing site where an emergency helicopter is supposed to pick him up. Teresa reveals that Martin let her fall, but Martin denies it, and follow-up argument, he has a gun.
You wanted me to die!
She's lying.
If she's lying, then why do you have a gun?
Because she's hysterical.
She needs a few bullets to calm her down.
Bit of advice, kid. Never bring a knife to a gunfight.
But obviously, more dinosaurs find them.
Am I really that fat?
If you've seen the kitchen scene, you've seen this, but bad.
Am I a joke to you?
What?
I just want to know, is that all I am? A big joke?
No.
And Martin gets eaten up.
Needs more straw man.
Duncan does the flare scene from the first film because that's all this movie knows how to do, and he sacrifices himself.
The same goes for Duncan Kincaid, who I expected even less substance from, if I'm being honest. Duncan is a tertiary character on par with the likes of Muldoon in the original Jurassic Park. I fully expected him to be a nothing character brought to life by Mahershala Ali's charisma alone. But again, There was actually something to him on the page that made him feel like a real person to a degree. Duncan tragically lost his young son, and that death has eroded every aspect of his life. His marriage ended painfully, and he's found himself stuck in a line of work he no longer has the stomach for, in large part because his son's death has sparked a desire to leave a more meaningful mark on the world. It also made him incredibly protective of children, which informs his decision to redirect the expedition to rescue the shipwrecked Delgados, all 4 of whom are given similar deaths.
They managed to escape, and honestly a pretty underwhelming climax, but it looks like Duncan survived. They decide to open source the blood so nobody can own the patent, and the cure belongs to the world.
We'll give it to everyone.
So cool! Heart disease isn't a thing in the Jurassic Park universe anymore.
Of course! Don't you know anything about science?
That justifies it being made! I guess as the bad sequels go, this is one of the better ones. The performances are good, and there's a few cool scenes, particularly in the water sections. But this film is still clearly bad. Half the characters are pointless, the dialogue's a joke, a good chunk of the effects are lame, they repeat every tired cliche from the other movies. And did they kidnap that thing from its mother? It's kinda messed up. Every time these films present a cool idea like dinosaurs going into the city or genetically altering them to look cooler, they never go far enough with it. Hell, they don't even do the bare minimum with it half the time. Why are all these movies so focused on not having fun or being imaginative and instead focusing on shit that nobody cares about? Well, I said it before and I'll say it again, we got a hard-on for these lizards, and it's definitely to a fault. If you want to stop greedy corporations exploiting people like this movie suggests, then perhaps I could give some simple advice. Stop seeing these movies.
Spoiler alert, it's not good! And no, I'm not here to complain about his opinion about the movie, because why should I care if he likes a movie or not? I'm here to point out every goddamn error and pointless nitpicks he makes, because when your job is to be educational and informative, then it's more necessary than ever to make sure your information is as accurate as possible. And no, I don't buy the excuse of him being for fun, because being funny is not an excuse to half-ass your research and twist the facts for the sake of cheap jokes. Especially when he already stated that he's supposed to be analytic critique, so he's meant to be taken seriously. Newsflash! You can be both funny and smart at the same time. When you're focused solely on the funny part and ignore the smart part, you'll get something like Teen Titans Go and the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Let Doug make as many charity shoutouts as he can. It won't change how much of a scummy person that he is now.
You disgust me.
Doug Walker is not a critic. He is a clown pretending to be a critic, and you can see that when you watch real critics who knows how movie critique sounds like. Stop shaming them for dumb reasons when there are far worse movies that you can make fun of without anyone complaining about them, and stop shaming the fans for liking them. You don't talk for us, and you don't decide what we like or not.
Feel bad. Good. Fuck you.